here at Warriors Path State Park today and been trying to find the Darwin's Revenge hiking trail. And it's not been very easy for me to find, but I think we finally found the trailhead here. It's not at the main park entrance there in Colonial Heights. You have to go down Fall Creek Road. Well, this is how I found it. I went down Fall Creek Road when exiting the main entrance to Old Mill, to Buttermilk, to Freeman Road. So here we are, and I'll tell you how it goes. Just getting started. Here we go. So AllTrail says this is a loop of about 2 miles, maybe just a little bit more. And from what I've read, the beginning is a bit of a climb, which is what I am seeing now in front of me. A little bit wet today. The ground is damp. I mean, I don't see big mud puddles and stuff, but my shoes, I've just got on my regular tennis shoes, just for this little stroll, but they're already wet. The front of my tennis shoes are wet, but that's okay. It's a nice trail so far. Going uphill. I'll be huffing and puffing here in a minute. So it's been about 15 seconds since I last spoke to you, and if that's all the uphill we've got, then it'll be a breeze. And I'm not nearly huffing and puffing as bad as I used to, but that was just a short spurt, and I'd like to think that maybe my conditioning is getting a little bit better. It needs to. Been going to the gym a little bit more lately, been a little bit more active lately. So this trail apparently has black diamond looking symbols for their trailblazers. All right, well, I like this trail. This is a nice trail, well maintained, and I'm trying to get as much hiking in as I can here in East Tennessee in the month of April, which today is the 25th of April. 72 degrees. It's about 10:15 in the morning, so I'm not sweating profusely. Very few bugs. Very few bugs. I don't even see any bugs right now. I think maybe a gnat or something will fly by just from time to time, but man, I really like that. The temperature, the lack of bugs, not wringing wet with sweat in the first 5 minutes. Good times, good times. One of the negatives that I read from several comments on AllTrails and another online source was that the noise from the interstate is kind of prevalent here, and that's true. The interstate is just right there at the top of that little ridge there, and been hearing a lot of noise from that, but I think the trail's getting ready to kind of diverge away from that, but that don't bother me. I could phase that out, but just be aware that there is interstate noise here, at least on the first part of this trail. Not sure what it's going to be like when we get on into it. I'm about 4/10 of a mile in right now. Okay, I'm 6/10 of a mile in now, and the trail forks here, and AllTrails doesn't even have this listed. But anyway, as you can see, immediate goes to the left and advance goes to the right. I didn't even bring my trekking poles. I didn't bring anything except a little bit of water. And I've got tennis shoes on. But what the hey, I'm going to go the advanced route. I may have to turn around and come back because I'm not sure what lies ahead. But we'll find out. And too, a lot of these signs could pertain to mountain biking because these trails are for mountain biking. So what's advanced for hiking is going to be different than what's advanced for mountain biking. I definitely wouldn't want to try to bike right here, but I don't know, maybe some people do, who knows. Anyway, as far as hiking goes, I don't see anything that's too much trouble. Okay, we're at 3/4 of a mile into this trail. 3/4. That's a bit of a tongue twister for me to say. 3/4. Maybe I should just say 0.75. Anyway, we're still near the interstate, but the trail is still nice. A squirrel jumped out and startled me just a moment ago. You know, as someone who really hasn't been involved in a lot of hiking for my 50 years, just last year is when I really started showing an interest in it. I don't have too much experience worrying about bears and snakes and things like that. Of course, you know, I don't want to be eaten by a bear. I don't want to be mauled by a bear. I don't want to be snake bit. But one of the things that really concerns me is ground hornets. Ground hornets. I don't want to encounter any ground hornets. But like I said, today, being this early in the year, there's hardly any bugs at all. I mean, I do think I detected a slight little spider web that I might have went through a moment ago, but none of those that you have to stop and spend 5 minutes pulling the webs out of your hair. Enjoying the trail. Wahoo! We're going to stay on Darwin's. Okay, I am at just about exactly 1 mile in. It's something like 0.98, and this is my first sight of water, any type of body of water on the trail. It's pretty. Okay, we are at the halfway point, at least time-wise, because it tells me I've been on the trail 32 minutes, and I have about 32 minutes left to go. I guess it's adjusting my pace. I do stop a lot, and I'm not very fast, but distance-wise, we're at 1.1 miles right now, and that's about right, because I seem to remember that it was a little bit more than 2 miles for the whole loop, 2.2 or something. So there's the water behind me. Good times. Here we go. Here's a really great view. This is the best view yet. Looking out over the water to the side of the hill there with the rock showing. Very serene despite the interstate traffic behind me. Very nice place. Okay, now we're walking right beside the water. You know, we've got a lot of routes right here in this area, but overall, this would be a pretty good trail to run on if anyone was interested. And I know some people do. To run on trails, of course, you know, like I said, there's roots and rocks and things, but it's not solid roots and rocks. It's a pretty flat, level trail for the most part. This right here has been the rootiest part of it. So we definitely recommend slowing down there. Very nice. Coming up on 1.4 miles completed. About maybe 7/8 of a mile to go. Trail is very flat, nice, well maintained. See right there in the distance, I see a little side trail to the left going down here about 30-40 yards, I guess, to the water. So I'm going to take it. Let's go look at the water. .75 miles in, somewhere around a half a mile left to go. And the birds are singing and the squirrels are hopping. And things are growing. Oh yeah. Interesting. Okay, I'm back at the parking area. There is my car straight ahead, and it took me exactly 59 minutes, and the total length 2.19 miles. AllTrail says that my pace was 2.4. I stopped some and took a couple of little side trails by the water. And even though it's now, I think it's probably about 75 degrees now, it's not too warm, but by the time I arrived here to where I am now, I'm pretty well covered with sweat as far as my upper body and my face is concerned. And as you could hear, I am finally huffing and puffing quite a bit more than I was, but never even took a sip of my water, but I'm getting ready to do that now. So I do believe my conditioning is improving. There were several other cars here when I started an hour ago, but I never saw anybody at all on the trail. Not one person. Anyway, that's Darwin's Revenge at Warrior's Path off Freeman Road. Again, don't try to find it on the main entrance. you may have difficulty like I did. Thanks for watching.